Hello and welcome to Message Stick. I'm Rachel Mazza. Today we bring you a special documentary called the Arafura Pearl, a story of Kathy Mills, a respected Aboriginal leader in Darwin. Kathy was born in Katherine but taken away from her family as a child and sent to the Carlin compound in Darwin. But today, Kathy is a proud mother of 8, a grandmother of 28, and her daughters are the well-known singers, the Mills sisters. And if you'd like more information on any of the programs, check out the Message Stick site on abc.net.au/message. And I hope you enjoy the Arafura Pearl.
You know, being on just about every committee, she just works tirelessly.
She'd been in Indigenous poetry conferences, encouraging Indigenous people all over Australia.
She's an old lady sort of thing, not really old, but you know, and yet she's got so much energy to just keep going in what she believes in.
My name is Kathleen Mary Mills, but I was a McGuinness before I got married. I was born in Katherine back 1936. I'm the 5th out of 9 children. I'm the middle pin. My mother was from, well, she was picked up in Wavell Station. I think, I'm only guessing now. She always claimed that she was born in the Kimberleys, but we don't have a point of real, you know, area of birth. Those are the sort of things that were not recorded with the children who were removed. Now we call it the stolen generation.
I remember the time at the old swimming hole when I would have drowned beyond doubt.
When I came up here to Darwin, I didn't know all about the police and everything like that. We had good relationship with police and that down there in Katherine, and but I was at Daisy's house, and someone had said to the police officer that there was a young girl in town. They gave him my name and everything, and said I was pregnant. Now, this man, all dressed up in black trousers and white shirt, knocked on Daisy Roddick's door, and I answered the door. And he said, "Are you Kathy McGuinness?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Are you pregnant?" And I flipped through my my vocabulary and I said, "I'm half caste." I thought he was asking what my colour of my skin was. I wasn't scared or anything, I just was bewildered because I didn't know. But then I knew then what I'd been warned about, that these people can take you. I had 11 children, but only 8 surviving now. The children have been my life. We're a very close family. We all have the music bug. They're all musicians, they're all singers. You know the Mills sisters. They're the most known of the family, but the boy is now coming into their own right as musicians, and Robert, I suppose, is the one that's coming forward now in performances. He's a very good guitarist. Alison always was the singer.
My heart tells me that I love you more
Dad was always singing. And even today, 5 o'clock in the morning, he starts whistling, and some people are annoyed, you know, it's annoying for them, but just Dad's always whistling and usually always singing. And when we were kids, he'd have a different song for every room because the fan made different noises and rhythms in every room. So he'd take us into a room and say, listen to this one. And he'd start, you know, with the fan going, tick, 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 you know, and then he'd go take us into another room and say, this one's doing a different, so he'd have a song for all these different rooms and different fan sounds. And the washing machine, the old Ringer washing machine, take us downstairs and we had to sing to the old Ringer washing machine.
And all the children going through the head with a washing machine. I go crazy. I sit down and listen to the compressor. And I sit down night, I'm listening to early morning call and thinking that thing's it's monotony, you know. And just like two men arguing a point. And I sit down there. A dead man must have been buried here somewhere. I can hear two of them arguing. Come on, Dave, come on. Yeah. Imagination running wild.
Growing up in the Mills house with Father Bear and Mum is pretty exciting times, I'd say. For me, it was certainly. Always new faces there. Dad would always bring home people to the house, and we'd always have different people stopping over. Like I once said jokingly that it was like a drop-in centre, and Mum said, drop-in centre? I said, well, yeah, because we had different people there. I suppose she was surprised that we actually, I saw it like that. I said, yeah. I said, well, it was everything rolled into one, drop-in centre, refuge, you know, information centre, you name it, culture centre. We had it all, you know.
Oh, will you tell him?
David is very talented man. I suppose that's what attracted me to him. He's an athletic person. He's very humorous. He played music. First time I'd ever seen anyone play a guitar.
So put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone, and let's pretend that we're together all alone.
We enjoyed the singing, and that's mainly how we got together, was singing. And it wasn't really a romantic sort of thing. It was something that we liked doing together. We sort of grew together. And then it developed later on. We ended up getting married, having all those children together. Yeah.
On the Aboriginal side, they are actually straight for each other. Culturally, they are correct, which is good. Dad is Larrakia, Mum's Kungarakan. And saltwater and freshwater marriage. So to us, Mills, like us kids, we've got a good blend of saltwater and freshwater knowledge and culture, and it's good. My mother and my father, they are friends. Their boundaries are compatible and they're friends, Aboriginal way. And so that made a smooth transition for us kids. We can go saltwater, we can go freshwater. It opened up our boundaries, and it's great for us. We got visa, an Aboriginal visa, up and down.
Brad goes one way, Piggy goes another way.
Dad just loves playing music constantly, and him and Mum together, they sing beautifully together. And mean, Dad he never stops playing music, you know. I mean, he's always got a guitar next to him, and he's always singing a song. And I guess I've got that from Dad too. I sing every day now, whether it's, I mean, it's just by myself, but every day. And I recently went to Alice Springs and I couldn't work out why I couldn't sleep, and then I realised I didn't, because everywhere I go I take my guitar. But this one time I thought, I'm not carrying that guitar, because I just come back from Canberra and I was sore. My arms were sore from carrying the guitar. And I thought, I'm not taking the guitar. And then I realised I couldn't sleep because I didn't have that guitar, because every night I'll play the guitar.
Hanky, see? Gonna make little mouth now. Gonna wrap it up first. There's his ears. Here's our little mouse. Look, see? Look.
Mum's got this image, you know, of this lovely old lady. Caring which she is, but, you know, if you get on the wrong side of her, she won't hesitate to, you know, throw a bunch of fives at you, which she did in the mall when this drunken guy touched her. And she turned around and laid him out, quick as a flash. And everybody was shocked. She was doing a health promotions thing. So that to me, that's a good thing as well. I mean, not that I'm saying violence is good, promoting violence, but, you know, that this old lady, lovely old lady, wouldn't hesitate to, you know, put you in your place.
She paved a lot of ways as far as Indigenous education being implemented in the school. So she broke a lot of ground in that area, right here in Darwin. She did it at Casuarina High School, Nightcliff High School. She went to Darwin High School. And so she paved the way that way in the early days. Then some of the initiatives that came later, the larger initiatives, was language preservation and maintenance. She would have been on the early first steering committee days when it was first getting off states and territories. People were from all over Australia getting together and discussing this issue. She was right there. That would have been in the 70s.
It's a very vital part of the history of Darwin. I mean, we don't have to just talk about relationships. We've got to talk about the history. This has been here since Darwin began. And it's very much a part of Darwin history.
She won't rest. I keep on saying to her, you know, Mum, come on, pull up now, go and do something else, because she's, you know, been on just about every committee.
We've got to have a
She just works tirelessly, and she's very rarely been paid for all the incredible amount of work she's done over the years.
Other people can come in and mingle.
I find it very exhausting for her, but she still keeps going.
We can still retain our own identity, but I think it might be good for Bagot, you know.
I started getting into the politics when I was 30, but Mum sounds like she started, you know, when she was 18 or something, by the sounds of it, you know. But she's got that Gurindji mother as well. I mean, the Gurindji were very strong people. So she had, you know, I think she had a lot of influences there from her parents to be strong. I mean, Grandpa Jack was the, you know, the president of the Half Caste Association, and Mum's carried on his work.
There was an association formed. They called it the Half Caste Progressive Association, and they worked towards trying to build up funds for their action, you know, for their campaign, so that they could create funds. But then it became not a money builder, it became a community builder, because all the people just needed that sort of interaction. And that's why it became so popular, because everyone needed to be together and everyone needed to have a social atmosphere and a happy atmosphere. And that's what the Sunshine Club created for them.
She'd been in Indigenous poetry conferences encouraging Indigenous people all over Australia. I actually think that's her next frontier, is maybe writing. And she's got a lot of writing down, I know. So maybe that's her next field of achievement.
I say that I'm a mood writer, and I got into this mood, nostalgic mood, and I think what brings that about is the sadness when we lose people, and that constant reminder that we only meet at funerals. And I just thought about our togetherness and where we used to all meet in Darwin, in Smith Street, Raintree Park, and that's not there anymore. Did someone say this was Darwin? All these modern apartments, bright lights and loud entertainment, these streets lined with cars and so many bars. Really, it's too much for me to imagine. St. Mary's Cathedral with tower and steeple, Woolworths and Centrepoint building. Where's our little Star of the Sea and our old banyan tree? Please tell me that I'm only dreaming. But change as change will, for the best some may claim, as history surrenders to progress. But give me old Darwin town, fascinating, charming and grand, and save her unique nature from changing. Old Darwin seems to be disappearing. There's hardly any original buildings left in Darwin. And all the beautiful old bamboo shutters and push-out windows are all gone. Just a whole sea of new faces, new landscape, new houses, tinted glass windows to shut the sun out and keep the air conditioning in. I mean, there's no character anymore. Darwin also had this wonderful mixture of multicultural music that was being brought from both sides and across the Arafura Sea. And it's all in Darwin, but it hasn't had the attention that it should have as a national heritage. We do it for our own people. Our people need to know that they own something. And what they do own is this music and the dancing, because it's done nowhere else in Australia. It isn't Aboriginal music per se, but it is the music of the Aboriginal community, and it belongs to them, and it has stayed with them how many years? Like, we're talking about from the 20s to year 2002. That's quite a long time, because we weren't allowed to follow our culture back there, so we clung to whatever we were allowed to do, and that's how it's become incorporated in our society today. Music is a big part of our family. It's just something that's sort of oozing out of us. It's even the young children are singing now. And we all share in the music and the song and the joy that comes with it. To me, it's our own form of corroboree.
Well, Mum has always said that she doesn't like, you know, too much fuss over what she's done. But, you know, I think it's really important what she has done. She just keeps going, you know, just keeps going and going and going. She just will not stop until she gets that thing that she's working towards. She's helped set up Forward, you know, a rehabilitation centre for Aboriginal people struggling with drugs and alcohol. She was the first woman on the Northern Land Council. She's a founding member of CURU, the Child and Family Link-Up Service, and the co-commissioner for the Northern Territory Stolen Generation Inquiry.
I just can't say enough really about what she means to me, what she means to our family, what she means to Australia, Aboriginal Australia.
Mum being such a political fighter, always has been very strong activist, and I think, you know, like we've inherited, you know, we've been trained with good skills to speak out, to be political, and yet we've got this performance talent as well. Come in, but